You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. Yes, I'm the winner, yeah. 'Cause I'm the winner, yes. Am I awake or am I dreaming? So far gone, I won't look back. And when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking at.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sharon Campbell, your podcast host. Oh my goodness, host for tonight for the Plan to Prosper podcast show. What a day it can be sometime. You know, when life can sometimes make you feel there's not enough time in today. And so today we're going to talk about everybody is not meant to move with you. In business, as well as your personal life or professional life, we have to know when it's time to let go. And we have to also realize that everything is a season. It's not meant forever. And to grow your organization, your company, as a leader, we're going to talk about leadership development as it relates to everybody is not meant to move with you. You have to give other people opportunities to grow and spread their wings elsewhere, to follow their own passion, their dreams. We often may realize or may think that it's too late at certain ages, or we too young. We grow in a family. We don't have enough time. We are seasoned adults. That time has passed us by, but time has not passed us by. There's no time to say when it is you could be successful. I was having a conversation with someone early this morning, about 6:30. She was talking about that she did not want to retire as the working poor class. That she don't want her retirement to be that she's in poverty. Being that she's in her 60s now, she's looking at, is it too late for me to build my nest egg that I can live comfortable? She's looking at, I don't want to work at 70 or 80. I want to enjoy my life. I've already purchased all the materialistic things that any person should ever want, and probably have too many of them. And we find ourselves accumulating all these items materialistic stuff in our home. That some of us can go 2 to 3 years without purchasing items. And we find ourselves buying more and more and more, trying to satisfy something inside of us. And really, we don't know what that something is. All we know, we want it to be filled. So we look around our homes and we have all of this stuff and we think that defines us. Sometimes having your own company, you look around all the awards and stuff that you are given and it's on the shelf. And we may say, this defines us. But truly doesn't define you. It's more of everybody is not meant to move with you. Because you have to start defining yourself different sometimes. Having a lot of materialistic things and not having a lot of meaningful experiences is off balance. Do you need another Apple Watch? Do you need another ring, necklace? When we go look into our refrigerator and our pantry, and we find ourselves still going to the grocery store, buying additional food that we already have in the pantry or the refrigerator. Now, some items you will need that you'll run out, eggs and fruit, fresh fruit. But some items we just buy. And then we have those that collect their money and say, I'm going to keep it here safe for my retirement, for the next generation. I just want to just talk to you today about leadership and how all of this tonight fits into you becoming the leader within you. And know it's okay that everyone is not meant to move with you. You are doing them a big favor when you do not bring them along. But making that decision and then implementing it can be challenging. But know there's a time and there's a season for everything. So let's start with leadership. I think for me, is looking at leadership is about listening. The first thing I think about in a leader is that, are you a good or great listener? Because there's a difference between hearing somebody and listening to somebody. And knowing the difference makes the difference. Making sure that all voices are heard as a leader. And that you don't have to respond to every question or request. Because sometimes there's not an answer at that time. And so what we want to do is help you define leadership. And so tonight when you leave, you take a moment and sit with yourself and say and think and make some choices about listening and not responding all the time. Because sometimes when you listen and you listen long enough, you hear what the person really was trying to say. Not all what they said at the beginning, but that last breath is what they really mean. And sometimes you don't need to do anything with that. And they don't need you to do anything with it. So let's mark L in leadership as to become a good listener and listen. And so let's talk about E in leadership, which is empower. I say a person that is have the ability to listen well and to take that skill and help others grow and develop is empowering them. And to empower someone, you have given them that extra life. Building confidence in others as you empower yourself too is so very important. Sometimes you must get up in the morning and speak to yourself in the mirror and empower yourself. It's about keeping some promises to yourself that you make to other people. It is so very easily when you're having conversation with people is to tell them, yes, I'm going to do something for you. And truly, it is your best intention, but you don't fulfill it because you forget about it. Other things you believe come up. Sometimes they do, but you have to stop, pause, and say, I got to keep my word to this. So empowering people as a leader gives you one of the most powerful tools to be successful in business, especially if you're a startup and you move into the growth and expand it to the maturity. Being able to empower people along the way. The second one is A, which is adapt. You got to be able to adapt. Silence, listening, and be able to adapt. Be able to be flexible. That's what you adapt. Some things should not be is this way or no way. Be able to listen and be flexible with people. To think different, to say, oh, that may be great. And to be able to empower people to bring more ideas to the table in their professional life and their personal life. Too often, as a leader, we need to add not even more tools to our tool belt, but how to use the tools that's in there to affect change. Growth in ourselves and growth to individual. You want to know why your company not moving, why you're not making the money that you know you can make, why you're not successful. It's because we are not putting in the time, the system, and being consistent as a leader. And we're not empowering other people. And we're not adapting and being more flexible throughout our journey to that wealth building. And so we're going to move one step and we're going to talk about D, which is decide. Sometimes we don't have the confidence to decide on the right choices. And sometimes making a decision may mean that you need to take a moment to sleep on it, may mean you need to have some more discussions about it, but it does not mean you are to persuade someone else what you think. Young adults can learn from seasoned adults. Seasoned adults can learn from young adults. Never think because you go in business that older people won't purchase from you, won't find value It is what is your service and your product, and don't count yourself out from that. It's like thinking about making a decision. This is second quarter. You got to decide on what you're going to do during this second quarter. We are halfway through year 2024. Halfway. When we look back to January to up to now, so many of us would say, where have the time gone? I would say, what have you been doing with that time? And one step closer is, what are you going to do with the remainder of your time? Are we going to still continuously going down the same road and then looking at our bank account and expect something different? We are moving in an era where listening is so very important, because you can hear what direction to go to. I just believe that's the era we're moving into, where we'll have to be more and better listeners and delivering our services, our products, and to listen what the consumer's saying, and to move outside of our environment to reach our client base. You know, we are fortunate to work with Par TV, which they are have the capacity to air in 200 countries and on more than 7 different platforms. They built that and they listen to their audience. You have to seek opportunities out there if you're going to be successful. And you cannot give away your wisdom, your knowledge, and your value free. You cannot. Know thy worth and price it there. Make a decision tonight that you want to move in a different direction in your life. Don't find yourself in the bed. And if you are having any trouble with depression, even the slight, seek help. Seek help because it's so very important. It is keeping you from being your fullest and your best. Decide that what is it that you want out of life. And know that everybody is not meant to move with you. Several family members you may leave back. Several friends you may have to let go. Several business partners may not be your best fit. Several clients may be dragging you down. So make a decision to move forward, because time waits for no man or person. And see, now we move into the other E, which encourage. When you go through this whole process, be our encourager. Encourage yourself first. Get up in the morning and speak truth about you, who you are in yourself. See, If nobody else lifts you up, make sure you lift yourself up. Know that you love thyself first. Because that's where you're going to find the love. You're going to find the unspeakable love inside of yourself. Love you. What does love mean to you? How will you want a person to love you? Love yourself that way. And then that would show others. Encourage other people along your journey. When someone is purchasing your product or service, encourage them to use the product. Check up on them to see how it's working. Be an encourager to the world if you want to see your business grow and prosper. And then respect. Value yourself. Respect yourself. And do not allow anyone else to disrespect you. Now, how do you do that? Because you can't control nobody else. Don't put yourself in that position. Walk with your head high. Speak goodness in yourself so you walk in the wrong. People will see all the positive things about you. See, when people do you wrong, you keep moving forward. Don't stop. Don't let other people knock you down because of the pain they're going through. They want you to feel that pain. So value yourself, value other people that bring value to you. And everybody is not meant to move with you. Next, let's talk about strategies. Get a little bit of water. I know so many times that we have written goals on top of goals on top of goals. Strategies on top of strategies on top of strategies. I can tell you, you don't need to write another goal. You don't need to write another strategy. Go get those books, pick the ones up, and just start implementing what you have. There's nothing new under the sun, the book of Ecclesiastes say. There's a time and a season for everything. The book of Ecclesiastes says that. So you don't have to create anything new. It's already been given to you, probably in journal 1, and now you're still writing, you're in journal 45. You have written these goals year in and year out. You have bought this book, that book, the other book, but you have not implemented it. You have not stuck with it. You're not put a strategy in to make it work. And then you want to know why. Why you're not successful. The reason why you're not. It's because you have not taken the time to implement it. See, strategies and goals equal implementation. Go back and pick up all of those goals back then and start using them. There was a reason that was given to you. You came up with goals for 2024. It's almost half the year. Where are they? Can you measure them? Do you have anything to check the box off for second quarter? If second quarter you was going to make $100,000, are you there? And if not, why? Use our time wisely because time waits for no person. I want you to know that. And you have to make use of your time now. It does not matter how old you are. Whether you're 18 going to college, 23 going to grad school, 32 having your first child and family, 45 thinking about retirement, open up a business, 65 thinking about where's the time have went, I'm going to retire, do I have enough money? The answer is yes, the time is now. You can create any of that and reach your goal. Develop your strategies from the goals you have already created. And you ain't got to do anything else and just implement them. Take the time to sit down in a quiet space and sit with yourself and do this for yourself. And you will see an increase in your finance, but you will see an increase in the quality of life that you have. What drives me on Tuesday is to know that I have the opportunity to speak with you. Whoever shows up will receive something that's going to help them grow, develop themselves, and that is my journey, my path to working with Pod TV. It is to ensure that they get the best of me when I show up. That I deliver something to their audience of value. Next is H, honesty. You can't do all of this work and be a leader if you're not honest. And sometimes I tell people it may be hard to be honest. Some people become natural. Some people, they struggle with it. Some people say, I just tell it like it is. That's why it's important to say everybody's not meant to move with you. And you have to be honest with yourself. How do you let them go? Do you stop returning their phone calls? Do you have a conversation with them and you just want to say, what? Right now I'm in a different space. But that fear inside of you is that if I tell them, they're going to keep talking to me and I'm going to give up. Or if I tell them I don't want to hurt their feeling, for you know you don't talk yourself out of letting them go. And you know they're holding you down. You know they're not going to do anything. You know the reason why they're your friend. They are keeping you from you being your best. So let's try to be honest with people. But most important, let's try to be honest with ourselves. Sometimes we got to be true to ourselves first. We have to say to ourselves, sometimes I am a control person. I want to be controlled. I want everybody to do everything my way. And whether you know it or not, you're thinking I'm not in control. You're thinking that, hey, this is the best path, but people can't hear that. So you have to step away and say, you know what? The relationships that I'm building is not good for me. And how people see me as controlling, dominating, my way or the highway. I'm meek, I'm mild, you can run over her. All of those negatives has been put out in the atmosphere. And you now internalizing them. And so we want you to be honest with yourself. Because really that's the only person that really matters. That you are honest with you. Nothing else matters. It doesn't. No matter what someone says. If you can't be honest with you, who can you be honest with? Can you even love someone if you're not honest with yourself? Could you really be authentic with anyone if you are not honest with yourself? How can you be honest with your client and you're not honest with yourself? How can you build your success if you're not honest about the fact that you're not putting in the time, you're not doing what you need to do to grow it, to make it the way it has a strong foundation. You're not being consistent. Yes, things do come up. Yes, we know that's just human nature. Things going to come up, but it ain't all the time stuff come up. It is not every day something got to come up in that. No. If you know you need 10 hours worth of sleep in order for you to function, then you know you have to be to bed a certain time in order to do that. So to say I can live off of 5 hours when you really know you need 10. So to think this whole perception of, let's be honest. And all of this is about leadership. All of this is about how you become the best leader within. I think if each one of us would take our time to decide what is a leader for me and write that down and look at it and align some of those goals you have written that are winners in business, that will help you grow and make profit that you have not implemented. You can't chase someone else's dream. Your dream was given to you by God, and you wrote those goals down and your purpose, and you did not execute them. You thought the next thing that you saw was going to make you money, but in reality, it was that back there that you put on the table and on the bookshelf. So let's be honest with yourself. And next is I, inspire. Inspire to be better every day. Every day, inspire to be better than what you was yesterday. Every day, aspire to be the best you. Show up as the best you. I think when we spend more time talking to ourselves and encouraging ourselves, empowering ourselves, being more flexible, adapt, make a better decision, encourage, respect, goals, strategies, being honest. If we do that for ourselves, or we aspire us first, me, you. If you do that for yourself first before you try anybody else, oh wow, what a breathtaking experience that would be. If you pour everything inside of you, everyone and more people would benefit. You would attract more companies, more businesses. Time waits for no one. This quarter is coming to a close. What are you thinking? What are you doing different? Have you had an opportunity to reflect back in quarter one and say, I don't want to do that because I know I wasted a lot of time back there. And then leave it. Admit it, accept it, and leave it. Aspire to be the best you. It's so very important that you develop leadership skills so that people will want to purchase your product, your services, and be around you. It's so very important that this be part of your life as a leader. That your family, your church, your work, when you walk down the street, your friends see you in that role. And that you can help them become the leader inside themselves. So very important we become leaders. And then we have P, per, persevere. And I think that could be a hard one when so many negative things can and will. How do you persevere when things it's not going right? How do you persevere when you think that you should be so far ahead and you're not? How do you do that? How do you continuously move forward and then give up so quickly and run chase something else and move forward? Give up so quickly and move somewhere else. You never stick with it long enough. Perseverance. Perseverance. Sometimes it's hard for me to get that word out because, I just like, can I get through this? Yes, you can. They're going to be challenges. And it's okay if they be challenges. People will say, you mispronounced that word. Join the rest of 1.2 billion people in the world that mispronounced a word or two. Someone would say, oh, you was right and you used the wrong verb. Join the rest of us, the 1.2 billion people in the world. If you read newspapers, you're going to see typos, grammar stuff. People do the best they can. Give some grace. Stop pointing out. Look at what you did. Look, 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 look. Look, 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 look at you. You don't have to be right. You don't have to speak everything that comes in your mind. Be quiet sometimes and listen for the voice of correction, a guidance, of love, of truth. Become the leader within yourself. Develop your leadership skills every day. Encourage yourself every day to be the best. Your children is watching. The youth is watching us. And we're watching them also. Don't overtax yourself with things to do. You don't have to fill your calendar up. Also include your calendar when you fill it up with time out for you. Have you ever been talking to someone and you just want to talk about what's going on for you, and before you know it, they done headed off in a direction of them, and you never got a chance to say what was really happening with what you called for? Because they want to talk about them. Sometimes that's hard to not get your piece in because they're not listening anyway. And you know what? And maybe they shouldn't be listening. Maybe it's your time to listen. Sometimes we start one way, and I say, what is the lesson that I'm learning from this? We, as people, are looking for leaders. And so often, that is inside of you. So, develop your leadership skills. Write them down. Practice them, practice them, practice them, practice them. Don't do any more goals. Pick up the ones you have and then go out there and make the world hum to your success, that people will benefit personal and professional. See, success not always is in the form of money. It is someone mentioning your names in rooms that you're not even in because you have impact in so many other rooms. That's success. Success is other people are uplifting you and you're not around. That's success. as well as finance, as well as money, because money make the world go round. That's a true thing. You got to have it no matter which way you go. Okay, so let us wrap up for tonight because I enjoyed talking with you, sharing with you on leadership. It was something that's dear to my heart, something that I truly believe in, something that I'm always working towards to be a better me. So I can have Plan to Prosper podcast show, help others. Even if I don't help one person in 365 years, even if it's nothing but one person show up, us hear this show, or play it, or look for it, or reach out for me, it would be the best show on earth because it has definitely have made a difference. I thank you, Southern Girl in the City, for that. It is so very important that we develop each other and find our calling and know everybody is not meant to move with you. But you keep moving because you're going to keep getting blessed over and over again. Thank you, Mark, so very much. The producer of the show, the engineer, the brain trust, the one that shows up to make sure the show goes well. Thank you, Pod TV, for always being there for us, for making sure we're on Roku, Amazon Fire, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Thank you. Thank you, Maxine. Thank you, so Eliza, Ashley, Renee, for being part of our group of women that meet together and uplift one another and changing the world, making an impact on the global world. Thank you, Jewel, for calling in for today, making that phone call to say, I'm ready to move. Help me. All of that makes a difference. Makes a difference in who you are as a leader. So we'll be back next Tuesday, kicking off more on leadership. Because if you want to build your wealth, not only with money, but to be someone that's influencing others, because you got 1.2 billion people out there and they're waiting on you. Have a good night, everyone, and I'll see you next Tuesday.